Welcome to my first budgeting breakdown. We're starting in January of 2025. Unfortunately, my husband and I already did this budget and I've already paid a lot of things from it, so it's going to look a little messy, but you'll get the gist. Basically, I've been using YNAB since 2020 when my husband and I got married. Before that, I was really into tracking my finances and budgeting. My parents followed Dave Ramsey and were able to get out of debt that way. And I just kind of followed in their footsteps with that. It just seemed very natural to me. It's all I knew. And we've kind of gone from there. My husband and I have made some different decisions on our own, but so far everything has worked out really well. Even when things have gotten messy, we've been able to have a clear plan on how to get everything back on track. We were able to save for a down payment for our home, and we've gone through several different vehicles and saving for them with YNAB. And just last year, we were able to both save for our first baby and put central air and heat in a house that never had that before. And so now I just want to share how the budget looks when it's going from two incomes to one. And I just really wish I had had that example when I was looking into this. I scoured the web for people's breakdowns and I couldn't find anything exact or that kind of fit our situation. I found people with a lot higher incomes than us or that had been home for a while already. It just didn't really reassure me. So hopefully this video reassures you and maybe gives you some ideas or shows you some features of YNAB that you've never seen before. Either way, I hope you enjoy, and I'd like to make this a monthly thing so you can kind of follow along. Enjoy.
Here we are in January 2025. The money up here you can see ready to assign. That is what we made in December. So we are a month ahead currently. I did have to subtract in December a few things from this. There were some deals on cat food and such that we hadn't budgeted for, but the deals were just really good. So I went ahead and covered them with this month. So hopefully by next month, we're just back on track with spending within the month and reflecting within the actual month. So I had that money held here in this last month section. And then when I go to do the budget, I release it. Don't mind this area here. Like I said, I've already paid some things. So once I add the money into the assigned category, it will change the available amount and put that money up here that goes towards the credit card payments. So YNAB's probably the only reason why we even use credit cards at all. Did use them to get credit scores to get our first house. And then we've continued using them and been able to get lots of cash back from them. But we pay them off a couple times a month, keep our usage really low that way. And it's worked out pretty well. So, but thanks to this, it moves the money for us to the payment category. So we're never spending money that we don't actually have. So to start with here, in the below money category, my husband barely ever spends any blow money, and he had $50 there. So he said not to add any more to that, and that was plenty for this month. I, on the other hand, like to get a coffee here and there or something that just isn't in the budget that's just for me, so I need my $25 a month. We're skipping just in case. I spent some money on a KiwiCo subscription for my son when it was heavily discounted, and I had thought about it for a while, and I even get some cash back. This $50 is just automatically going to that, so we don't have negative amounts. So that's it for blow money. Variable expenses. Groceries, basically I try to do $800 a month. And last month we bought something that we weren't really going to use this month, but it was a good deal. So I just subtract that from the $800. So total here, we're going to do $631.55. And so that's what we have left for the month, which is normal. We usually buy quite a bit of stuff at Costco in the beginning of the month, and then we're just getting small things here and there throughout the rest of the month. Baby is awake now and next to me, so we'll just continue this. And fuel, we do $5.50 a month, and we had some left over from last month, so all we had to put to this was $440.39. That's the biggest difference I see between my budget and other people's that I look at is we seem to spend a lot more in fuel. Mind you, my husband and I do go to a gym that's 45 minutes away, and then our parents live 45 minutes away, so we're usually going up there maybe once a week, but either way, that's fuel. And then eating out and tip. So we've been doing $100, but we don't actually use that. It usually ends up being more of like a miscellaneous thing that covers things. So I just took it down to $60. If we were to go out to eat, that's about how much it is. We don't usually, though, just because of our diets and everything. Either way, we just have it there just in case. So that's that. As for baby, here's where I kind of went off the rails with the budget, which isn't very like me. And my husband happened to find out that he wasn't going to be getting bonuses anymore at his job. And while it's not expected that bonuses are going to be part of the pay, it was kind of a hit to his morale. Besides the point, it just so happened that I bought this subscription thing, already didn't feel super great about it, even though I think it's of great value. And I did get discounts. Of course, the next day we find out the bonus thing. So I just feel like that happens so often. It happened last month to us. We bought a dishwasher, and my husband and dad installed it. And then not even a week later, the hood flipped up on the car and broke the windshield and bent. So I just feel like things like that happen all the time. They coincide, and you deal with it, you move forward. That being said, so far I have gotten 216.21 rounded up for this category. We're still $200 short. Um, Obviously, we have enough money in the checking account to pay off the credit card when the time comes, but it's still going to flash this little symbol here since I did use a credit card to buy it. Goal for the end of the month is to try to nickel and dime to cover that, and so it doesn't have to carry over too far into February. Cats, Chewy had a deal last month where if you spent $100, you got a $30 gift card to use on your next purchases. So they didn't quite need food yet. I was going to wait till January, but I went ahead and bought it in December, and then we don't have to get anything this month, probably not next month either. So we're just going to leave that at zero. Vitamins and supplements, that's kind of a big thing for us. It's something I never had the money to spend on when I was younger in my early 20s, but now in our later 20s, and since I've been pregnant, we've found room in the budget to prioritize this. Cleaning and household consumables did not need anything, but we will next month. Personal care, we've got 25.82. These numbers are so exact because throughout the month we will add things to our Amazon cart, and then I know the exact amounts when I split it in the budget. Books, we don't need anything this month. Occasionally I'll buy myself a month of Kindle Unlimited. Didn't need anything this month. And I'm trying really hard this year to read books already on my shelf or from the library or through the Libby app. And then, anyways, my grandma is in the nursing home. I do her nails a couple times a month. And then she really likes when people bring her things to eat. So I try to set aside a little bit of money for that. Sometimes I will just take her a hot chocolate, but she really likes to get food out, and I don't blame her. The nursing home does what they can with what they have, but she really likes McDonald's, Dairy Queen, all that good stuff. And the next lines we have to worry about is subscriptions. So I'm going to do that all together. I can just select them all in that heading category, and then I can do this underfunded. I already have them all set up for the amounts needed. This is a category that I really took a hard look at going into this new year. My husband has gone back to writing his own workout programming, so we didn't renew his subscription that he had for that. I bought a year of workout programming from I Do Stronger by the Day with Meg Squats. So I had just ended up doing her postpartum workouts, and I have a lifetime subscription to that. And then I switched back, and then I'm hoping to get pregnant again or just switch back to the trying to conceive mode on her +1 app. So I just bought 1 year of that. So I don't even have that showing on here right now, and I'm not saving for it again right now. And then I also got rid of my Temp Drop subscription. I don't need the premium features. I really don't. And I track my fertility in other ways anyway, other than just temperature. It's only $35 a year. I think it actually went up to 40 something. Either way, it's not necessary. I cut it out of the budget. So everything else here is good to go. So we can close that category, close that category. Here is the big stuff. We've got mortgage. Insurance rates have gone up, and I found out they've gone up basically for everybody the same amount that they went up for us. So our escrow amount went up, meaning our whole total payment went up. This is something we used to put extra money towards, and when we had our baby, it's one of the first things we stopped putting extra towards. We have a really good interest rate, which is good, but also it keeps us from wanting to move. So we're going to try to live in this house as long as we can, unless something really happens. So that just is what it is. Water garbage is what it is. It hasn't really changed between getting a dishwasher, doing more clothes with the baby. It's kind of stayed about the same amount. Electric, don't get me started on our electric company. My parents literally live on an acreage and have tons of stuff going on, and they pay like $100 a month max per year or within the year, even when it's super cold. For us, our lowest bills are under 200. Our highest bill last year at this month was 400, so I'm just putting 400 here. So far, our bill has been a little less since we have the central air and heat. We are keeping the house a lot warmer than we used to when it was just us, now that we have a baby. The fact that we are keeping it so much warmer and it's still a little less, I'm not mad about. Hopefully someday when we move somewhere that doesn't have this company that seems to add on fees and all kinds of stuff every year that just I don't understand. But anyways, that is what it is. Phones and internet. So we have the lowest internet package we can get. We tried to use hotspots on our phone. It just didn't really work out. So we went ahead and got the lowest package of internet, and it's fine. Phones, we did a phone trade-in thing, and it ended up being like a 3-year contract situation where the phone wasn't going to be paid off for 3 years. So this is steep. $160 a month has been steep, but my husband has a different phone picked out, and I'm going to get my phone unlocked, or try to when the time is up in July, and switch that over. We're going to try Mint Mobile. I'm going to use my phone. I have an iPhone 12 mini. I love it. I'm going to use it until it's all done, and then we're done with Apple in this household. Some of the changes they've made, just all the AI stuff, we're done with it. So my husband's switching to a different phone. I would like to eventually get the light phone. For now, though, like I said, my phone is in great condition, and I would prefer, we could sell it, but I would prefer just to use it until it's ran into the ground. That is that, and I am looking forward in July to getting this all switched over and paying way less to the phone company every month. Okay, vehicles. This is another weird one. So we had that issue and the hood flying up and bending, which was scary, but everything was all right. We were barely outside of town. That happened last month. So we were short this month. Usually we keep $1,000 in here at all times and just refill it every month up to $1,000. I have found that if we average the whole year, it's like $300 a month that we spend on car maintenance. We only get used cars. We don't have a car payment. So that's all well and good. But yeah, this month, this line does not look so pretty. So I talked to my husband, and we were just like, okay, we can just have $500 sitting in here. So we have $1,155.63 that we're putting to that. That covered hood windshield issue, and then put $500 in here. And then I think we got a refund back from a car part that I sent back in. So that's why it's just over $500. And then car insurance and car registration, they are already set in there for the goals, and I just put what is underfunded. Car insurance, one way we were able to save with that is I changed my car from a commuter to, I think it was personal use or something. That brought the money down a lot because I am driving it a lot less. So that was nice. Car registration is what it is. Car purchase, we currently have 4 vehicles, and 2 of them could be subbed out for a better truck situation for my husband. That is one of the goals we're looking at. We've got like 4 main goals this year. My husband's got a Minnesota trip. I've got a Texas trip. We're looking at car purchase. We're looking at water heater. And then, of course, we're prioritizing saving for our next baby. But those are our 4 big things that we're really looking into. Car purchase, it's just the lines here. We're thinking about it. We're getting there. Home improvement, we put $50 in every month just for little things. We're not doing anything with landscaping. Like I said, water heater. I think starting next month, we'll be able to start saving for that. And that is it for that line. My husband is doing some things in the garage, so that might go in the renovation line, but that'll only be a couple $100, and we'll look at that in the next coming months. We're going to go down here. So cat care, I have a goal to have enough in there to cover each of the cats getting vet visits. We don't have enough to prioritize that right now. Clothes, we don't need any clothes. I would like this to be a sinking fund, but we usually just figure out what we need and put that much in there. We are going to do the Christmas line. I have a whole Christmas budget that we create at the beginning of the month, decide how much we're going to spend, look at what we've spent in the past, and we start saving that now so then we can buy things throughout the year and not have it all come up at the very end of the year. We're going to skip down and do water filters and giving. Here's the sad little bonus line that is going to go away. We're going to skip down here now. Yeah, not worry about the emergency fund. This money for my son he got for Christmas, we're going to work on figuring out what account we want to put that in to invest in. But here's our investments right now. My husband has it set to max out his Roth IRA. Then we're just putting this $100 to mine to be doing something extra. Then we save up for our life insurance every year. And we can change this to 2025. Okay, so that's that. As you can see, here's the money we have left up here. First thing I'm going to do is we move this money to this baby number 2 line. So we are just putting all of that into our HSA. So that'll all be HSA contribution. This medical HSA line, that's employer contribution and what was left over from last year that was in the account. So I'm just keeping those separate like that for now, even though that all combined is in HSA money. This isn't quite the full amount we wanted to save for baby number 2, but we're putting something to it. And like I said, we'll get back on track next month with some of this stuff. So with this last money here, we had split it between that baby number 2 line and then taxes. Like that. And then we also put some money in the meat line. We get a whole cow from my father. We try to save up with that throughout the year, and sometimes we get half a hog also. And so with that, we have all money assigned. And this one overspent category is just going to be those toys that I bought. And I'm going to have to really work on not letting stuff for my son be kind of an excuse for me to spend money. So luckily I have the budget. It's really funny. My husband is quite the saver until it's like a big item, whereas I'm definitely a spender, but I do it within what I know we have. And so it can almost be dangerous that I know what's in the budget and what we could handle. Like I said, it was kind of weird that we lost the bonus thing the day after I made that transaction that I wasn't 100% about. But there you go. That's our zero-based budget. Next month, I will try to do this and mock it up before my husband and I actually sit down and do it and get it up before we do everything, just so it's a little cleaner and more straightforward and satisfying. So thank you for joining me and have a wonderful day.